Live from Lumpkin Stadium in Waxahachie, Texas, it's the Southwestern Assemblies of God University Lions hosting the Haskell Indian Nations University Fighting Lions. And hello, everyone. Welcome to the SAGU Sports Live pregame show update. He's Tim Roberts. I'm Rob Price. The Lions come in today's game 1-4, Tim, looking to break a 3-game losing streak. Today is a great day to do that. It's homecoming weekend. Looking to play spoiler role. Haskell coming in, though, at 0-6 on the year.
Not just 0-6 on the year, but they've lost their last 22 straight. It's been a great day for the Lions to get that big win and move the season forward. Be a great day to play spoiler. Ruin a team's homecoming is what a road team aims to do. You want to be that villain role when you're on the road like this. So, like I said, the Fighting Indians will be out there today trying to ruin SAGU's festivities.
It's going to be a fun day here, homecoming weekend. It's a great weather day. Come on out and join us at Lumpkin Stadium. And after the break, we'll check in with Bianca Alarcon, who's standing by with head coach Jesse Godding. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the SAGU Sports Live pregame show. And, Tim, let's look at the preview of this game. There is some history between the Haskell University Fighting Indians and our SAGU Lions.
Yeah, they've played a lot of games in the past few years, and actually the Lions have owned this series as of late. They've won the last 4 meetings between these two teams, and SAGU has owned it convincingly. They've won these games by an average score of 45-11. Last year up in Lawrence, Kansas, SAGU rocked the Indians 46-2 at the time. That put the Lions at 3-1. We're going to go down to Coach Godding now and Bianca Alarcon. Bianca?
And head football coach Jesse Godding. Now, Coach, last week we faced the 13th ranked offense in the NAIA Bacone College, or the 13th ranked defense in the NAIA Bacone College. What kind of adjustments are we going to make to our offense for today's game?
Well, I'll tell you what happened last week. We didn't play well to begin with, and then when we got down 10-0, we kind of got out of our game plan, and so hopefully this week we'll accomplish 2 things. One, we won't spot somebody 10 points, which would be the first time all year. And then secondly, we'll follow the game plan that we devised and be able to get a little bit more on the board earlier. So.
Now, against the Indians, we own the lead 5-3. We've won the past 4 meetings. What kind of confidence does this bring to the team, especially in our biggest game of the year, homecoming?
Well, it does help. But, you know, every year is different. You have to go in, do your homework, and understand that each play, each game happens independent of the last one. So let's do our homework. Let's go out and do the daily grind, and then let's come here and get a victory.
Thanks so much, Coach, and good luck tonight.
You bet. Thank you.
Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks you very much, Bianca. We'll check back with you in a few minutes on the weather and the atmosphere around the crowd. It's going to be a great day for some football. Thank you again, Coach Godding, as well. Tim, starting lineups now for the offense.
Yeah, let's go check out those starting lineups right now.
Reed Golson, quarterback, Grandview High School, Grandview, Texas.
Can't see that, but it's
Nick Morphew, wide receiver, Zebra Nation, Grandview High School, Grandview, Texas.
Austin Martinez, wide receiver, Grandview High School, Grandview, Texas.
Trevor McKinley, wide receiver, Seguin High School, Arlington, Texas.
Jeremy McDonald, wide receiver, Cornerstone Christian Schools, San Antonio, Texas.
Cade Lushner, running back, Robertson High School, Waco, Texas.
Peter Corrigan, offensive tackle, Conrad High School, Dallas, Texas.
Jesse Bond, left tackle, Howard High School, Springdale.
RJ Alaman, offensive line, Keller Central High School, Keller, Texas.
Mitchell Grimes, D. Right guard, McKinney North High School, McKinney, Texas.
Dez Griffin, McKinney, Texas, McKinney North High School.
And that's your starting lineup for the SAGU Lions. Now there's some key components on that offense. Let's take a look at those key offensive components for today's game. I'll check that. We'll get back to the Reed Golson in just a minute, but he did scramble for 137 yards. There he is.
Yeah,
but quarterbacks belong in the air.
They do.
He needs more time in the pocket today, Tim, so he can strike.
And wide receiver Jeremy McDonald, he set a SAGU single-game record of receiving yards just 3 weeks ago against Texas Lutheran. What you may not know about him, though, he's number 8 in the NAIA in kick return yards. He's averaging almost 30 yards an attempt. That can be huge in providing the offense a big spark to begin that drive.
Wide receiver Austin Martinez. He was in the right place at the right time 3 weeks ago on this play right here. He's a teammate who never gives up on a play, just the type of player the Lions need right now.
Yeah, because this is a season that you just can't give up on. You're 1-4. You need that kind of drive to say, we're not giving up even though this record isn't where we want it to be. Let's check out those defensive starters now.
Nicky Connell, DB, Military High School, Richmond, Texas.
Shaquem Taylor, defensive back, Coty High School, Dallas, Texas.
Brad Heathcock, free safety, Wakeland High School, Frisco, Texas.
Muhammad Mansoray, outside backer, Conrad High School, Dallas, Texas.
Jeremiah Mott, linebacker, Slidell High School, Slidell, Louisiana.
Dalton Snyder, linebacker, Ennis High School, Ennis, Texas.
Kendall Evers, inside linebacker, Danbury, Texas.
Rocky Davis, middle linebacker, Santa Fe High School, Santa Fe, Texas.
Rodney Johnson, defensive tackle, Springfield, Missouri, Parkview High School.
Rashad Richardson, defensive line, Wasatch High School, Wasatch, Texas.
Harry Ford, defensive end, Thibodeau High School, Thibodeau, Louisiana.
And that's your SAGU Lions defense. Now on that team as well, a few key players. Let's take a look at those key components for today's defense. Nick Econom, who else? I mean, absolutely bolstering Tim. It has become the number 5 pass defense in the entire NAIA.
Very impressive, but what we need to focus on today is that front line. They're surrendering 227 yards a game. That stat has got to get better if the season's going to turn around. You can't keep on allowing these teams just run all over you like they have been, especially when your pass defense is doing so well as they are right now. Like I said, number 5 in the NAIA on yards allowed in a game. That's immensely impressive.
Very, very so. Hey, it's time for our bold predictions now.
Bold predictions.
We think some key things must happen for the Lions to win and also for Haskell to win. From the Lions, I'm going to say number 1, grind out the ground game. The Lions average 113 yards rushing with just over 3 yards per rush. But today's opponent, Haskell, is giving up nearly 280 yards, Tim, at 6 yards a clip, 28 touchdowns. So statistically speaking, the Lions should double their rushing output today if they play. If they will do that, they will win the game. Number 2, I'm going to say this one. Don't give up the big plays on defense. Again, more stats. Haskell averaging just 12 points a game. Lions giving up 25 points a game. The only way the Indians give up 25 points a game is if Southwestern's pass defense just falls asleep at the wheel.
Exactly. Well, now, I'm taking the other side here. If Haskell will win, the first thing they got to do is get inside the Lions' heads early. The SAGU has trailed by double digits in the first half of their last 4 games. If Haskell can have an early turnover, an early big play to get inside SAGU's head that, oh no, here things might go again, they have a good chance of taking this one. The other, they got to run. Like you said, the Lions defense just a moment ago, they give up 227 yards a game. Haskell does not have a very good passing attack. And against the Lions pass defense that has more interceptions than passing touchdowns allowed this year, you're going to want to be able to try to slash through that weaker defensive interior rather than try to challenge them through the air against Nick Econom and Shaquem Taylor, Brad Heathcock. That's a dangerous group to go up against. So Haskell needs to find a way to work on the ground today, which actually might be where the game's won. We have a very, very strong wind here at Lumpkin Stadium today, gusting between, I believe, about 30 miles an hour, just absolutely making the flag shake here. So the running game could very well decide this game, absolutely.
And on the other side, the passing game, you told me earlier, you want to see some more of that fireworks between the old high school connection, Nick Morphew, and his old quarterback, Reed Golson. They're on the same team playing today. You're looking to see some more fireworks from those two.
Just looking for Reed Golson to get more time. Last week, he dropped back approximately 36 times, only got 18 passes off because he didn't have enough time. He was running for his life the whole game. He needs to have that time because we saw against Texas Lutheran, you can get him 3 or 4 seconds. He can launch that ball deep and make some great things happen. So he needs that 1 or 2 seconds.
Coming up, we'll check with Bianca again, Alarcon once again on the field check, the atmosphere, the weather, and it's almost time for kickoff here in SAGU Sports Live. Stay with us. We'll be right back. All right, let's check it back in down the field. Bianca Alarcon standing by. Bianca, how's the atmosphere, the weather, the field? What's going on down there?
Thanks, guys. It's about 81 degrees on the field. Overcast this morning has turned into mostly cloudy skies. 21-mile-per-hour winds blowing south may have an effect on the Lions' passing game, but we should be expecting dry conditions tonight with only a 10% chance of rain. As far as injuries are concerned, I talked to Coach Allen before the game, and he did inform me that the only person that would be out is freshman fullback Tyler Jenkins. Bianca Alarcon reporting live from the field. Tim and Rob, back to you.
What would a win for SAGU mean today? We're 1-4. You did the math. We could still finish with a winning season.
Yeah, obviously right now 1-4. You have to win out. You have to win your next 5. You got 3 games coming up on the road. That's just the thing. You still have a chance, I believe, at a very solid 500 record. You got 3 games that you would describe as winnable against Haskell today, Wayland Baptist next week, and Texas College in the season closer here at Lumpkin Stadium. We need 1 upset against Oklahoma Panhandle State or in Langston. But we've seen this team play so closely with so many great teams, Bethany, Texas Lutheran, hanging until the end.
Yes.
They're ripe for an upset. And they need, before they get an upset, they have to win a game that they're supposed to win. And that's here today against Haskell, really.
Haskell, again, 0-6. We've had good success recently, 3-1 here at the home field overall, 5-3 overall. So we do have a little leg up on the Indians.
Yeah, exactly. We've kind of it's one of the few overall series we've officially owned. Like I said, last year, just a huge win, and that was the win that put SAGU at 3-1, the win that got them briefly within the top coaches poll. So this could be exactly the matchup the Lions want. They're used to this opponent. They know who they are. And like I said, I think they have a very good chance of winning this one today. Got to limit mistakes. Yeah. And this is a Haskell offense that will make mistakes also. So when you're looking at guys like Econom and Taylor who just zone in on interceptions, that could really be it. We're going to the national anthem now, being sung by your very own The Harvesters. We'll be right back after they sing that off.
For the safe travels, God, and I ask that, Lord, you continue to guide our steps. And it's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly strewn, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Welcome back to Lumpkin Stadium. It is time for some football. You see the breeze blowing in the referee's pants. So, yes, wind could be a factor today, Tim.
Yeah, definitely. That's the kind of thing you got to imagine when you're going into the fourth quarter with a close game, perhaps, needing a field goal. SAGU hopes isn't too close going into the fourth quarter.
And let's hope those Panthers are politely zippered up, for sure, right?
Absolutely. Well, the crowd is definitely filtering in here. Exciting homegrown crowd, decked out in purple and gold. They got to enjoy the festivities at the block party I said earlier. And even if you're not here, you can still enjoy the festivities, watching us here on SAGU Sports Live. And be sure to go like us on Facebook, facebook.com/SAGU Sports Live. We had a contest announcement where we're going to give out prizes to people throughout the day. We have the 4 participants for each quarter today. The very first participant from a SAGU Sports Live fan from our page is Amy Urbanowitz.
All right.
She will be participating in the first quarter. So Amy Urbanowitz, if SAGU scores a touchdown in the first quarter, you're going to win some sweet SAGU swag.
One of our former students in our communication arts program. We love Amy Urbanowitz. She's a wonderful friend of our school. That was not the reason
she was chosen. It was all totally
random.
No,
okay.
No biases on whoever won. But I believe all former students actually won on the official drawing we held. So we got some good alumni with a chance to win some swag. As the Lions, the ball gets blown off the tee, not surprisingly, with how strong a breeze we have. And the Lions will kick off first.
Kanku 1-star, that's right. Kanku 1-star, a sophomore, 5'10", 162 from South Dakota, set back to receive. Joining him is Troy Romero, the freshman, 5'7", from New Mexico. As it's time for some football, Tim, and here comes the kick from Gish. Taken by the end zone. The end zone took that one and just kicked it right past into the track. So we will set up shop at the 25-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Haskell Indians.
Looks like we might have a SAGU player down on the field. Looked like it might have been a cramp or something. Let's see, that's number 15 for the Lions.
Chris Polk.
Chris Polk, usually an offensive back. out there on special teams coverage. Did not get a look at what happened there, but he's holding his knee. It could have been a misstep, which resulted in a twisted knee of some sort. So with still 15 minutes remaining in the first quarter, we unfortunately have our first injury of the game.
I don't know if there was contact. I was looking at the ball, to be honest. I don't think there was a major contact on the ball that high. You didn't really imagine a lot of hitting happening.
Yeah, there really wasn't much hitting. It was obvious from the kickoff that the ball was going out of bounds. As the crowd looks in, very, very decked out crowd today. Good to see they came out repping the purple and gold.
Absolutely.
They got their free Lions claws out at the block party.
Some swag.
Yeah. Got the crowd looking very good today.
At halftime, we'll be speaking with Irby McKnight, and he's got some fun announcements to give to us about the Harvesters, Homecoming, and the WorldCom Center. So be sure to stay with us at halftime. We'll be talking with one of our VPs here at SAGU, Irby McKnight. I'm sure he's in that crowd enjoying the game as well.
And at halftime also, obviously, we'll be covering exclusively the Homecoming Court coronation. Obviously, you have all the freshmen, sophomore, and junior princes and princesses, and then 4 seniors, or 8 seniors total, I suppose, will be out there vying for the hopes that the student body selected them to be homecoming king and queen. So stay with us there as we cover that going into the half. So
comes Polk. He's going to be assisted off the field. Good to see him at least being able to be upright as he exits the play.
Yeah, definitely not putting any pressure at all on that left leg. So you don't know if that's just a tweak or what, but he gets off the field, and here come the Haskell Indians, riding a total 22-game losing streak, looking for a little bit of upset magic today.
That's a ride you want to get off of in a hurry.
Absolutely.
Get me off that roller coaster ride.
You're sick of that one, and that you got to be afraid of that.
Dominic Pansy, the quarterback, hands off. Little to no gain on the play. Brings up second down and looks like possibly 11.
Good quick stop by SAGU's defense, not allowing
Pansy
any momentum coming out of the backfield.
Second down, 11.
Right, and Pansy going with the no huddle. The Lions in that 4-3 defense today. Here's a screen pass out left. And that's for a positive yardage, about 4 or 5 yards, and then flags fly, Tim.
Yeah, couldn't tell. It looks like that's generally in the area of holding or a block at the back.
That was to running back Derek Hammer, freshman.
Lions are motioning the other way. The officials discuss it. So that's generally in the area of holding, so you can probably expect a second and long coming up for the Indians.
That looks to be the call. Still some discussion about whether it is holding, but you're right. Usually a screen play that's set up like that, someone holds to free that receiver to get the extra yardage. So
probably discussion about where exactly the hold was taken, or actually SAGU maybe discussing whether or not to take the penalty. If they were to decline, it would bring up a 3rd and 6. So you're trying to weigh whether a 3rd and 6 is better than a 2nd and 21.
I like 2nd 21.
Let's see, and yeah, the referee is now marking the ball off, so the Lions will take the penalty from the spot of the foul.
Well, against an offense that struggled as much as Haskell, you figure you can get them to punt by 4th down if they have 21 yards to go on 2nd down.
Especially when they're having to punt into what is essentially a 30-yard gust of wind. You want them as far back as possible. You could be looking at getting the ball in Haskell field position if this punt goes the way you hope it does.
So 2 receivers set left, 2 set right. Pansy from the shotgun looks to gain up a lot of ground on this play. Quick throw to the right, and receiver kept running, and Pansy threw it where he thought the receiver should have been, but 87, his wide receiver, Caleb Chafin, either didn't get the message right or the quarterback threw it just in the wrong spot. So complete blow up on that play. Brings up 3rd down.
Nick Econom was the closest player to that ball. If he'd have been there a split second earlier, he might have been taking that one back for 6 to start this one out. So it's 3rd and 21 for Haskell.
That ball's thrown 2 feet higher. I think Econom has that.
Well, we know he can get him any which way.
Pansy rolls right, throws, complete at the 19, out to the 23-yard. That's Chafin again, senior from Lone Grove, Oklahoma.
Obviously, will be well shy of the 1st down, but it does give the Indians a little bit of breathing room. Up to the 23-yard line, 2 yards behind the initial first play, and now they'll go back to punt with a strong wind in their face.
And Brad Heathcock, who's also a defensive starter, set back to receive the punt. Joining him is number 19, Deontay Morrison, and they are inside Haskell territory, Tim. Playing this wind, which will likely be, I'm thinking, a short kick, and is a short kick. It's going to bounce at the 41, and SAGU will let that fall to a stop, and we'll set up shop for their first offensive series inside Haskell territory at around the 46-yard line, Tim.
Yeah, 45, 46-yard line. The bounce didn't harm SAGU that much. So great first opportunity for the Lions here. We've seen them have a lot of great field position handed to them on the defense earlier this year. They weren't able to capitalize on it. This is exactly what you want to do against an opponent that you feel like you are the better of the two on the field. You want to get right out there and put up a quick 7.
So here we go. Reed Golson will begin in the shotgun. He hands off to his running back, Cade Lushner, who gets out to about the 40-yard line. A good, quick 5-yard game. Check that 39-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 40-yard line.
Good initial draw right there. Lushner using his speed, just find a hole.
Again, we talked about Haskell's giving up about 6 yards per carry, Tim, on their rush defense. So Lions testing that early in their very first play from scrimmage. Trips right now. Golson sends 3 right. Leshner right behind him. Screen play. McDonald's got it. Past the 40, near the first down marker.
It's going to be just short. It looks like about 1 yard short, as McDonald takes that one for about 4 yards. And it will bring up a 3rd and 1 for the Lions at the 36.
Look for Lester to get this ball, Tim. I think they're going to test the rush defense of the Lions a lot this first quarter. So.
And you have to consider you're probably in 4-down territory right now, 36-yard line. I don't know, unless you trust Gish to make a 53-yarder with the wind at his back.
Could do it.
I wouldn't doubt him with this strong a wind.
Yet to miss a field goal or a PAT this year, #1 in the nation, James Gish. There is the call to Lushner, and he pulls the pile forward into about the 30-yard line. Easy first down, move the chains, first down Lions.
And the Lions offensive line getting some good push initially there. They had the first down as soon as they handed the ball off. Offensive line has had its struggles this year, but this can be the game you start to regain your footing against probably a weaker defensive line than what you faced against Bacone and Texas Lutheran.
McDonald sets up far left. Morphew near the right side as Golson stays in the shotgun. Lushner gets the call. Pushes in past the second line defense into the 20-yard line. Easy. That's about a 10-yard gain, just like that. Could be another first down.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to mark him just shy of that one, but another 9.5 yards.
Impressive.
Very quickly right here. You see Lushner just take the ball, finds the hole, and just uses that quick speed of his to get down to, well, they're marking about the 22-yard line, so it'll be 2nd and 1. Clock just under 12 minutes.
Lushner again. Tripped up at the 19-yard line, will move the chains, and the Lions are on the prowl quickly now inside the red zone, Tim.
Yeah, they've done really good on this drive so far. They got 45, quickly marked off 2 first downs, getting a lot of it on the ground. And that's something we're used to saying, but usually it's because of Reed Golson doing it with his legs. They're trying it from a typical running back approach now that hasn't always worked very well this season. Like you said, averaging just over 2 yards a carry thus far. A much better average on this first drive already.
Averaging 113 yards for the entire game. I think they've got about 40 yards already just on this drive alone. Quick pass out to the right to McDonald. He's pushed out of bounds around the 15-yard line. And the Lions having no trouble moving the ball in deeper into Haskell territory.
And they're being very methodical. They're not trying to go deep. They're not trying to make it happen quickly. I think they know that they have the advantage on offense right now, and they're not having to try anything crazy. They can just move it down 5 yards at a time and hopefully be able to punch this one in.
The one thing that will get you in trouble are turnovers. So, again, keep the ball on the ground, short, easy passes. If the Lions want to make this game close, 4 or 5 turnovers will do that. So they want to keep this ball in their possession. Here comes Golson. He's going to scramble inside the 10 down to the 7-yard line. Again, another keeper. Keeps the ball in play, and I don't think you're going to see a whole lot of long passes this first quarter, Tim, just to protect that ball.
Yeah, especially now the Lions are inside the 10 facing a 1st and goal. And so far it's working well. You see Golson just looked outside, decided he didn't have a man that he wanted to take, so he went rolling out to his left. And he can do that. Like you said, he ran for over 120 yards last week. A lot of it wasn't voluntary. It was yards he had to gain because he was being chased by 11 red jerseys. But he can do it with his legs. We've seen it before.
Caleb Shelley checks in for the Lions. At tight end. Golson looks back to double check the play. He's got two running backs at his side. And it's 1st and 7, and Golson's going to call a timeout. Didn't like what he saw either on the defensive side or wasn't clear about the play.
Yeah, the play clock was down to 2 seconds also. As he walks over, he has his shoulders up, obviously not understanding what the play call came in. And I don't mind that timeout. You're only 5 minutes in, but this is a time that you don't want to make a mistake. We've seen the Lions make some goal line mistakes in the past. This is the time you just need to punch it in. We talked about how what Haskell needs to do to have a chance to win this game is to get the Lions' heads early. And this is where you can do that if you can force a turnover. So the Lions play it safe right now. Know what you're doing. Keep this drive moving down. Try to go up by 7 here early in the first quarter.
We didn't mention the pregame, but the Indians are giving up 53 points a game, 518 yards a game. They've already given up 37 touchdowns. So, you know, the defense is there for the picking, but you have to keep control of the ball. Don't have turnovers. Finish what you start. And the Lions look to do that now as they set up again at 1st and 7. I think the play is probably ready to go now. And Golson will look over the defense from the shotgun. Just under 10 minutes left remaining in the first quarter. Golson hands it off. Winston gets the call, and he gets the touchdown. Number 33, Styles Winston from Garland, Texas, puts the SAGU Lions up 6-0 on an easy drive, capped off by that run that I'm not sure maybe one or two hands even touched him, Tim.
Yeah, and Styles Winston is not a name we've called a lot this season by any means. He comes right in, gets the handoff, just weaves it through the tacklers, and Lions, just like that, march off 45 yards, and barring a miss here on the extra point, are ready to go up 7-0 with 9:38 remaining in the first quarter.
The freshman from Lakeview Centennial High School, right here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, Garland. And there's a kick by Gish. He remains perfect on the year. Now I believe 11 for 11, if I recall correctly, and that puts the Lions up 7-0.
Well, this week at SAGU, obviously homecoming week, there was a lot of spirit all the way around, and all the students really got in on it. And there's actually a huge dorm competition this year in which all of the dorms decorated up as much as they could to try to claim the title of most spirited dorm. And you see right here some of the great decorations. Bridges right there, Teeter with the decorations. They went with a lot of great themes. Kendrick went with the theme this year of campfire stories, the idea of learning from the past and homecoming. It was really great seeing everybody get in the act, doing a great job. In the end, Bridges was named the winner, and so they're going to get a party to be named at a later date. This is my personal favorite right here, though. Gwines, decorated up in a Wizard of Oz theme. There's no place like homecoming was their theme, as you see Delmer Gwines in a hot air balloon flying away there.
I'd never imagined the day, but I've just seen it. I can die now and go to heaven.
It was a great job by all the dorms. So you love seeing the school spirit by everybody. So I said Bridges ended up winning, but great job by every dorm getting out there and making things look good.
That scoring march, 8 plays, 45 yards, took 3 minutes, 34 seconds, capped off by a 7-yard rush by Styles Winston. Again, a new name. We've not called his name very often this year.
No, we have not. It's been Lushner and Haynes for the most part, but Winston puts it in at the end. But it was Lushner the whole way, from the 45 down to about the 7. It was Cade Lushner who was doing the rushing. Now the Lions will kick off holding a 7-0 lead. Defense hoping to get another quick stop.
Here's the kick from Gish, 35, taken 3 yards inside the end zone as a kneel down. And we'll have 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Just under 10 minutes remaining in the first quarter. If you're in Waxahachie, there's plenty of seats. Come on out. Although it's kind of full, though, there's plenty of seats in this large stadium. Homecoming weekend here in Waxahachie, Texas for the Southwestern Assemblies of God University alumni and family and friends. Some great tailgating earlier I saw in the parking lot, Tim.
Yeah, we had tailgating, bouncy houses, hot dogs, hamburgers, everything you can ask for. And obviously the crowd seems to be really enjoying that.
We just got some scores in from volleyball. They defeated St. Thomas 3-2, lost the first set, won the next 2, and then lost the fourth and finished off the fifth set 15-13. So congratulations to the volleyball team. As here's a run up the middle to little to no gain, taken by number 23 on the play. That's Chris Duprice.
The volleyball team has now won 12 of their last 14 games. That is hugely impressive. Obviously, we had the pleasure of streaming them just this Monday. That's the second time they beat St. Thomas in 5 games in the past week, I believe.
Here's a pass overthrown by Pansy, looking for number 10 on that play. That would be Randall Battiest. That'll bring up 3rd and 10. Tim, the Lions, Lady Lions volleyball, 13-10 now. You mentioned 12 of 14, 4-1 in the all-important number, 4-1 in the conference.
Excellent season for them so far. Also an update, women's soccer is currently trailing first place UT Brownsville 4-0. But earlier this week, they stunned who was then first place, Our Lady Saints, 1-0. So congratulations, women's soccer there.
Pansy's got a receiver open. It's complete. Near the 39-yard line. Again, that's complete to Randall Battiest, sophomore from New Mexico, Zuni, New Mexico, which brings up now manageable 4th and 1. And I look for the Indians to go for it, Tim.
Yeah, and they are going for it. They know that, well, honestly, with the wind in their face at a punt, that's not much better story for success. These Lions almost jump off sides.
They're looking to do that right now. They're waiting down to the last few seconds. There's still more than 20 seconds on the game clock. And I would not be a bit surprised if they wait and try to pull the Lions off sides. They're trying to do it. Lions aren't budging.
Oh, what a fake play there, and it's going to work.
It worked.
What a ingenious
to perfection.
Play. The quarterback trots towards the sideline, acting like he's going for a confirmation of the play, a direct snap to the running back, who goes forward easily, but actually there's some discussion now.
There was a scuffle during and then after the play, and now the flags are flying, and the Indians are walking backwards. It looked like it was about 20 yards away from the play, and 2 players got tangled up and said, let's have some extracurricular activity, and the ref said, I don't think so.
At the moment, though, the Fighting Indians have achieved the first down on a little bit of trickery, and if the penalty were on the Indians after the play, they would retain the first down, but be moved back 15 yards. Oftentimes you'll see these end in an offsetting fashion.
So give them the first down, but then penalize the offense for 15 yards.
That would be and I think that's where the discussion is right now. The officials will try to work out exactly what happened.
I have to admit, impressive play.
Very impressive play, because it looked like it might be that old try to draw them off sides and call timeout as the quarterback starts walking towards the sideline. Bit of a good old-fashioned college trickery.
Direct snap to the running back. I think that was number 23. I'm not sure.
Yes,
it was to Chris Duprice. Yes, it was.
Number
and
3.
He had all kinds of running room.
Yeah.
Easily got the first down, and that's when the scuffle happened after that, as he was being dragged to the ground about 15 yards away. And so I think the refs are about to mark this off.
So I believe we'll be offsetting. We never saw an official call. Now we finally have the call coming in as the ball's been placed, and it will be offsetting.
Okay.
Emphatic points both ways. And
slap on the wrist. Don't do that again to both teams, and let's play some more football.
So the Indians will keep their drive alive on a gutsy 4th down call. It's now 1st and 10 at their own 37.
Pansy hands off to Duprice again. He's going to be stopped for a yard or 2 loss on the play.
Yeah, really no daylight from nobody hand that off. Defensive line forced away into the backfield, brought him down easily. And it will be a 2-yard loss back to the 35. 2nd and 12 for the Indians now. Needing to capture some momentum after that big 4th down conversion.
Pansy back to throw, looks left. He overthrows a receiver once again, looking for Battiest. Looked like a similar play from a few moments ago, and that play is just not working. So it brings up 2nd and 12.
Also, remember, he's throwing directly into that wind, and that can cause you to try to overcompensate your throw sometimes. You're worried about throwing it, too short. So he's overthrowing the receiver, I think, because he's trying to compensate for that wind. 3rd and 12 here.
There's a pump fake. Again, throw left. And there's all types of purple jerseys. And Shaquem Taylor bats that one away. Bring up 3rd and 12. He threw into double coverage. The zone shifted over to the left. And by that time, Pansy threw into double coverage. And there's no way that ball is going to be caught. And that wind close to out of bounds. Shaquem Taylor easily batted that ball away. Brings up 4th and 12. And the Indians will be punting back to your Lions.
Yep, so the 4th down conversion does nothing in the end for Haskell, and they will be forced to punt it away. Better punting position this time than last time, so hopefully for the Indians, they'll be putting their defense out there on the Lions side of the field.
2 receivers set at the 45, and it's over their heads, but taken by Heathcock in a over-the-shoulder, fair catch, don't hit me moment. And Heathcock was able to reel that one in, and so the Lions will begin play on their 2nd possession around the 40-yard line as we are 7-0 early on.
Good job by Heathcock, though, realizing that ball, if it got over his head, it was a straight line kick, had a good chance to bounce, maybe down to the 30, 25-yard line. We've seen crazier things happen on bounces. So he reels it in. The Lions will start, again, with good field position at their own 41. They made easy work of the Indians last time. We'll see what they can do here, trying to spread out a big lead early.
Golson, he does hand off to Lester, who goes around the outside, unable to get clear of number 2, Lane Freeman, a nice solo tackle, the sophomore from Sand Springs, Oklahoma on that play.
Yeah, Leshner trying to get outside the tackle. Picks up 3 yards, though. That's what you got to like about his quick speed, is that he can do that. And I say quick speed because it feels different with him. It's not breakaway speed, it's just quick speed. He goes from 0 to 10 like that. He's not going to go much faster, but he gets there that quickly.
And he's elusive. It's at, I think it's in stature. He's sometimes hard to find in a pile. So Golson now back to pass. Fires in a ball, and it's complete to Dylan Moore. 1st down, Lions.
Nice little hitch pattern there, and Golson had about 3 or 4 seconds to throw. Had no one in his face. Was able to read the receiver well.
But you mentioned last week he had no time to throw last week. This time, plenty of time. He stepped in the pocket, delivered a strike to Moore. 1st down, Lions.
Down inside Indians territory again.
Golson sends trips right. He's got 1 left, but Leshner gets the call, and he easily gets past the first line of defense. Good for about a 6-yard gain. And it'll be 2nd down and 3 as the clock continues to roll. 6:19.
2nd down and 3.
All right, we've got 2 receivers left, 2 right. Golson checks back with the play. From the sideline, Leshner in position behind. Leshner, no, it's a pass forward, complete, and McDonald still loose, dragging 2 tacklers down inside the 20, down to the 17-yard line. He had the ball in Leshner's breadbasket, pulled it back out, and he saw a wide receiver and hit him.
Yeah, and McDonald getting a lot of yards after the catch there, gets it at the 30, and carries 2 or 3 defenders forward down to about the 18-yard line. Lions offense clicking easily right now.
If you're a homecoming fan, you gotta like what you see, Tim, here. 2 solid drives. The first one already a touchdown. The second one now inside the red zone again. And Leshner, all right, doesn't get the snap, or doesn't get the ball, and it's gonna be picked off.
Overthrows Caleb Shelley, and it's intercepted. Number 39 for the Indians, that is Jeremy Bargy, a freshman from Anchorage, Alaska. Reed Golson overthrows his man, and that is picked off by the Indians as they stop what would seem to be a Lions scoring drive for sure.
Like a rollout play action fake to Leshner. He didn't get the ball. Golson had plenty of time to throw and just overthrew his man, and there was Bargy right there. Reeled it in as he fell to the ground, and boy, you don't like to see turnovers, especially in the other opponent's red zone.
When it's going that easily, too, the Lions were making quick work of that Haskell defense. And just like that, we talked about early big plays. Look at the Lions had a chance to go up by double digits. Now the Indians will go out back on the field, needing to capture some momentum.
Pansy rolls right, throws right. He's got a man, but that man has now got a purple jersey. And who else? Nicky Conham with the interception. He stepped in front of number 88 in the play, Jordan Mahanahan, and just like that, turnover, Lions will get the ball back.
That is how you capture momentum right back. They have the ball right back where they had a second ago. And obviously, Nick Econom, just don't throw it in his vicinity. He's going to intercept it. That ball hung up in the air way too long. Econom just had time to position himself under it. Rolls out, throws a high pass, and Econom was
great play.
Econom tiptoeing down the sideline, looked like he was the intended receiver. So the Lions ball right back. The damage from the turnover is immediately negated.
Here's a reverse out to McDonald. He's got running room, cuts back inside the 20, 15, 10. Pushed out of bounds, and flags fly on a little mini trickery play there. Golson ran left, pitch back to McDonald running right, and there was all kinds of daylight.
Yeah, great job right there by Golson, drawing the defense off to the left. They're throwing a little sneaky flip out. We'll see what the flag here is. It might have been holding further down the field on the Lions. That's where the penalty flag came in the vicinity of it. The Lions will take some steps back here. It won't negate the whole run, but it will negate it to the point that the holding penalty happened. So it is on the Lions. We'll see where they spot the ball, where the penalty actually occurred at. Yeah, you see Golson right there. Now, and Golson also throwing a bit of a block. He throws a block in the way of number 14, Mark Livens.
Great vision by McDonald. Speed and vision around that right side. The receiver putting his running skills to work on essentially a running play.
So the ball will be marked to the 23-yard line. Holding penalty occurred at the 13, so it'll be 2nd and 2 for the Lions. They still get yardage on the play. Officially an 18-yard run. That will be marked back 10 yards off the penalty as it brings up a 1st and 2 now for the Lions.
You're the math man.
Well, 10 minus 8 is 2, and 2 plus 8 is 10, so I think I got this figured. Styles Winston again.
Styles Winston again, and he's not going to get anywhere. Looks like a loss of a yard as tackled by number 2, Lane Freeman. Just gobbled up Winston shortly past the line of scrimmage, Tim.
Well, actually, they're going to mark him. They're going to give him a yard on that. They're going to give him the yard and move the change. So apparently,
forward progress?
Yeah, forward progress. Got the ball further enough forward. As Styles Winston, sporting the cat in the hat look with the striped hanky and striped socks. Gets the first down. He's touched the ball twice today.
Didn't like the movie. It's not a big fan of it.
It's not a movie. It's a book.
It's a movie.
You got to be a fan of the book.
We'll talk at halftime. There was a movie.
There was a movie, but it wasn't any good. The book's the classic. We'll debate this later. Absolutely. Yeah. 1st and 10 for the Lions at the 21-yard line.
Hit it on Facebook. Golson back to pass, scrambles, eludes one defender. It's going to run with it. And he's back to the original line of scrimmage, and the play just kind of broke down downfield, Tim.
Yeah, good coverage there. Only man he really had a chance for, I believe, was Nick Morphew, and he was covered well in the end zone. Indians did a good job of forcing the play to happen just on the right side of the field. They shut down Golson's lanes. He rolled out right, so it limited his options, and the Indians did a good job of shutting that down. So the Lions now facing 2nd and 10, no gain on the play.
Dylan Moore checkbacks in for the Lions. As we approach 3 minutes and 40 seconds left in the first quarter. Trips left. McDonald sets out far right.
Winston in the backfield again.
Indians show a 4-3 front, and here's a pass from Golson, complete to McDonald. He's free, down inside the 10 to the 7-yard line, maybe the 6-yard line.
Those quick little passes to McDonald are working so well for the Lions. McDonald has that elusive ability and that speed. You see right here, Golson looks up, going McDonald with the whole time. Quick hitch. McDonald gets the easy first down to the 7-yard line.
Well, the cornerback gave him all kinds of pad before the snap. So, again, 3 steps is all you need.
I think Golson was aware of that. Golson had the awareness that the cornerback was having to respect the fact that McDonald can burn you deep. McDonald wisely pulls the quick hitch. The Lions 1st and goal at the 7, looking to try to make this double-digit lead.
Lussner sets up in the eye right behind Golson. He sends 3 receivers left. Check that. I think it's Winston again. I think I misinterpreted the number, and Winston rolls in for a touchdown. Lions.
No call yet. No call yet.
Just push that pile forward, Tim, and I think they're going to mark a touchdown, and they do declare a touchdown.
Called by the official on the goal line now.
Winston just kept turning those legs, and the pile kept moving, and we thought the play was dead, and next thing you know, the refs are saying that's a touchdown.
Yep, so he bites just enough inside. 2 touchdown runs by Styles Winston in the first quarter already, as the Lions take a 13-0 lead, going about 31 yards after the big Nick Econom interception. James Gish is back now to try and make this a 14-0 lead, and it's good.
All right, and so the Lions go up 14-0. I like this lead, Tim, early on first quarter. And, hey, before we get back to play, we have a special interview with the professor. Let's go down to one of our sideline reporters, Miss Jessica Price. What do you have, Jessica?
Thanks, guys. I'm here in the stands with Professor Terry Minter, a theology professor here at SAGU. It's so great to see so many staff and faculty here supporting our Lions. Why do you feel that that's important that you guys come out and support?
I just enjoy coming out. I think all of us do. We enjoy coming out and being with the students, and also watching the players want to support our team. But we also want to just be with the kids that are in the school and enjoy cheering for our guys to win.
Right, I don't know if you know this or not, but the last 4 times we faced the Indians, we won. What are your predictions for the game?
Well, if we beat them 4 times in a row, we've already scored twice. So I think we'll win this game again, or at least I hope we do. I always want us to win, and I think we're playing very hard today, so I think we will win.
All right, well, I hope you enjoy the rest of the game. Jessica Price reporting live from the stands. Back to you, Rob and Tim.
Thank you, Jessica. Thank you, Mr. Terry Minter. And we are set for another kickoff as James Gish will put it in play from the 35-yard line.
Yeah, 5 plays, 31 yards for the Lions and 237. Another 7-yard touchdown run by Styles Winston, all coming after the Nick Econom interception. Here's
the boot from Gish. It's a good one. That went through the end zone, hit an orange pylon. Does he get any points for that?
It was pretty impressive. If they ever have an accuracy contest, I'm not sure if he was aiming for it, but it goes right out of the back of the end zone. And
well, it's that
for the
wind
3rd time,
as well.
Yeah, the
really
wind
helps.
forcing that ball out of the back of the end zone. The 3rd time today, Haskell will start their own 25, now find themselves in a 14-0 hole after they had a chance. After Reed Golson overthrew Caleb Shelley, they had the interception, had a chance to maybe swing some momentum. Very next play, though, Nick Econom with his 5th interception on the season. He just keeps on stacking them up, looking for a great senior year. Way to finish it off, hopefully.
Lions set up in a 4-3 defense, and they'll try to stop this run. And he is dragged down initially by number 40 on the play, Kirk White, and then assisted by a handful of Lions for a minimal gain.
That's Chris Dupree again, just about 3 yards.
Billy Manning also helped on that tackle.
And we haven't even seen the Indians have much success getting through the line of scrimmage. So 3 yards for them has been about all the Lions have allowed.
Pansy, hands off to his running back.
Dupree again, just about another 3 yards. And it'll bring up probably around a 3rd and 4. Lions defense holding strong thus far, not allowing what we might have been afraid of, a big play, you know, that could give the Indians the kind of hope and momentum they need. So it's now going to be 3rd and 2 at their own 33-yard line.
Lions showing blitz on 3rd and 2. Haskell maybe perhaps trying to again draw them off sides. We'll have to wait and see as we're now down to 18 seconds left on the shot clock. Here's the snap. It's a handoff. Over the left tackle, push forward near the 1st down marker. I think it's going to be a 1st down, Tim.
Dupree gets just enough there, about 3 yards, and that will be enough for the 1st down. So with 1:46 remaining, the Indians get a 1st down up to about 36, about the best position they've had all day.
Time clock, not shot clock. I'm getting in my basketball routine already. That was the time clock.
That's still a few months away.
Game clock. There's another run over the right side, and he is dragged down by several purple jerseys, a gain of about 3 on the play.
Yeah, Dupree goes right forward there to about the 40-yard line, and the Indians getting a little bit more traction right now. Dupree has touched the ball on 4 consecutive plays for about 15 yards. Nothing huge and flashy, but they're starting to find a little bit of ground.
There's a screenplay out complete. About 2-yard gain.
Now it looks like by the time he gets back, it'd actually be a loss of 1. He never made it back to the line of scrimmage. The ball was thrown about even or backwards from where the quarterback was.
Based on the throw, you're exactly
right. So it'd actually be no gain on the play, so it brings up a 3rd and 6 for the Indians. Like you said, as the clock ticks down here in the 1st quarter, they need to find some momentum. Trailing 14-0.
The Lions looking fast and hungry today, not allowing any offense to get going. And here's a pass complete, a nice catch at the 40-yard line. Great one-handed grab by Drake Stevens, another freshman. But that's going to be well short, Tim, of the 1st down marker.
Yeah, he just had to catch it where it was, unable to find a way forward.
Pansy pressure on the play, had to get rid of it in a big hurry, so Set back to receive again will be number 8 now for the Lions, Brad Heathcock.
SAGU calls a timeout, it appears, or something there, as they will walk off the field. What that will do, actually, is that will, in fact, guarantee that Haskell is punting into the wind one more time this quarter. Had Haskell would have had the ability possibly to run the clock down.
That's why they call timeout.
In the first quarter.
Smart play by Coach Godding, or whoever made that call.
So the Lions will hopefully have decent field position again. Haskell's up at the 40-yard line, so they have a chance to put the Lions as far back as they've been all the first quarter, at least.
Now, Tim, last weekend, we were not on the air, so I had a chance to go down to Austin and witness West Virginia play Texas. It was an outstanding game. 101,851 people. I like West Virginia to win the ball game. I got some family there. It was a great game. And I guess Texas is still trying to recover from that tough loss. They're losing to Oklahoma at this moment, 56-8. Longhorns taking it on the chin from their Red River rival.
I can't remember the last time that game was actually exciting. That's just one blowout year after year. Either Texas is winning by 40 or OU is winning by 50. It just never seems to go down to the wire by any means. If these two teams can ever be good the same year, we might see something different. Well, the Lions looking a lot better than UT, up 14-0. Good pressure on the punt, unable to get it as Heathcock will watch it go. And Wise lets it go.
He is not happy with himself. He's wishing he maybe did the same play that happened last time, but it was too far over his head. Couldn't quite grab it. Had to let it go.
Yeah.
And so, like you said, the ball just rolled over end over end.
And I think Wise let it go right there. He didn't make a desperate attempt to save 5 yards. I'd rather sacrifice 5 yards than have Brad Heathcock touch the ball inadvertently and have Haskell recover down at our 19. So the Lions will have the wind at their back for another 41 seconds here in the first quarter. Pinned down inside their own 20. They've enjoyed great field position on their first 3 drives, starting inside Haskell territory twice. But they'll have to put together a decent drive this time if they want to find a way to extend their lead even further.
Morphew goes in motion. Golson's got his receiver at the 20. That's McDonald still on his feet. He scrambles forward down to the 34-yard line. A great run after catch from Jeremy McDonald. You called his name during pregame.
And the biggest hit right there was on R.J. Adame as McDonald was trying to cut up field. Sneaks through a couple defenders, and you see Rogelio Adame come in here, just knocks him out almost off his feet. McDonald keeps pretty steady, though, up to the 34-yard line.
Hey, back off, pal, he's saying. I got the ball. Golson's going to take it himself, but now here's some whistles and a flag, so that's going to be a dead play.
False start on the Lions, it will appear, as Golson took the snap, looked up, and saw nothing but daylight directly ahead of him. Had a gaping hole, and he said, I'm going to run it from here, but there was no play to begin with, so the Lions will be marked back to their 29, 1st and 15 now.
These linemen, they like to hit people, Tim. He's downfield. He just wants to hit a body. If it's his own man, I'll push him forward. So can you blame the guy? These linemen are paid to hit.
Well, you can't blame the guy for being that far off the field, definitely, and blocking for his receiver. And I don't think McDonald had much left. There was 3 or 4 defenders in front of him. Clock ticking now, under 20 seconds remaining.
4 receivers set to the right now.
And another false start on the Lions.
Golson not happy about that, disgusted at that.
Mitchell Grimes takes a step back early, and so the Lions, after the big play, gift 10 on back-to-back false starts. They're back to their 24-yard line now.
Winston back in the game for the Lions.
A 1st and 10 has quickly become a 1st and 20 off of 2 little extra movements. He can't move there on the line. The officials are watching for that.
Lions have been penalized more than the Indians so far this year, and penalized more than this game as well. Here's a quick screenplay to McDonald, incomplete. As
I don't think the play is actually going to count.
Are they going to call that play, Tim?
I don't think the play. I believe the snap came off before. We'll see what the official ruling is. I thought the clock had hit 0 before they snapped the ball, and the Lions are hoping that too. Well, that is in the end of the first quarter, though. The Lions lead 14-0. When we come back, they'll have the ball 1st or 2nd and 20. We'll see exactly what it is at their own 24. We're right back after this.
2nd 20 now here as we begin the second quarter of play. Lumpkin Stadium, the Lions leading 14-0 on 2 scores in the first quarter. And now here's Golson. He's scrambling, got all kinds of time, spins around, dumps it underneath, pass complete at the 29-yard line, and he's going to be stood up and dragged forward for another couple yards.
That's number 13, Craig Campbell Jr., another name that I don't think we've been able to call even once this season. So he finds the only man that had a chance to get it and gets about 6 yards to bring up a 3rd and 14.
Yeah, everybody else was covered well downfield, and so he just kind of found an open spot under the zone, and Golson found him, dumped it off, and a nice play by the Lions on a busted play. Brings up 3rd and 14 now for Golson as he sends 2 receivers right, 2 left. I believe that's Winston behind him.
It's Leshner.
It's Leshner. It is Leshner. Golson back to pass. He eludes 1 tackler, falls on his knees, and that means the whistle blows in college football. And that's going to be listed as a sack by, was that number 40, Tim? I believe that was number 40 for the Indians.
It's number
Trent Bell.
Yep, Trent Bell, another freshman, very young lineup for the Indians. And he got in, forced Golson to lose his balance. He went to his knee. And the Lions will go out for their first punt. Now they're punting into a very, very strong wind. Some first quarter stats for you. McDonald, 2 catches for 39 yards. 2 rushes for 39 yards. Cade Leshner with 6 rushes for 32 yards. Winston, 3 rushes, 16 yards, but 2 big touchdowns.
Here's the punt, and it's a good one, but the wind's going to negate much of the power of that punt until he gets a little bit of a good bounce there, Tim. Now beyond the 50, mark it down around the 48-yard line. You'll take that against the wind.
Yeah, a pretty good punt. It was very high, and the wind didn't affect it well too much. Just look at that wind, just whipping right there. Very, very much influencing the way this game's being played, but the bounce will put the ball at the Haskell 48. Best field position for the Indians thus far, obviously. And they have the wind at their back now. Interesting to see if they'll be able to trim this back to a more manageable deficit.
Well, they've only got 18 yards in the air so far against the wind. We'll see if the Indians can improve on that stat as they get their first possession of the second quarter. Here's a handoff into Lions territory down to the 46-yard line.
Pretty good delayed look right there for the Indians. And they're going to go into a hurry-up look here. They're facing a 2nd and 5.
Pansy looks right, throws right.
Instantly covered. Nicky Conham, it looked like, comes right in and knocks the receiver to the ground immediately.
Will Wood on the catch for the Indians. And again, looks like a no huddle, Tim. The Indians trying to just pick up the pace of this ball game a little bit.
The 3rd and 2 right now.
Pansy. He hands off to his running back, and he is met by a wall of Lions. He may have the first down, though, based upon forward progress, Tim.
It's hard to tell where the officials are marking it, but it looks like he's going to be about a yard short. He
really
will be 1 yard short. Almost a no-brainer here for the Indians, though. They line straight up, 4th and 1. Big chance for the Lions defense here to stop what is now the first incursion of their territory.
Pansy, screen play, got the first down. And we'll move the chains. A nice quick play by the Indians as they move the chains. That pass complete to number 22, Will Wood.
Will Wood was almost wrapped up immediately, but he was able to get just enough. And the Indians move the chains, get down to the 41-yard line. Like we said, just trying to find any sort of daylight at the moment.
Pansy, hands off again, up the middle. Stop at the 40-yard line. Give him a gain of 1.5, maybe 2 on the play.
Indians just trying to work that inside a little bit now.
Bronson Harho on the play, a freshman from Holdenville, Oklahoma.
The Indians going with that delayed look, which almost is a reverse play action, which they fake a throw and hand it off. Another
looks like the same play again.
Yeah, and it works for about 4 yards.
Harho again on the carry.
We'll bring up a 3rd and 4 as the Indians are now down to the 35-yard line.
And Jesse Hammer is down, and he is not happy. Hitting the ground, looks like his knee, leg, something was wrapped up on that scrum. And so we'll have some trainers come out and take a look at Mr. Hammer for the Haskell Indians.
Yeah, and he is down right now, and that definitely did not look good when it happened. Well, we've mentioned before that this is a long history between these two teams. They've been playing for well over a decade now, pretty much the entire time that SAGU has been a football team since 1997. When these two teams actually met around this time, 11 years ago, back in 2001, and the Lions defense, see right here, had a huge day. November 10th, 2001, they set the record, the SAGU program record, with 6 interceptions on the day. That record still holds to this day. As you saw, they just gave the Indians a hard time all day long, intercepting the ball all over the field, in the end zone, keeping them off the score for much of the game. And the Lions offense was not too kind to the Indians either. You see, there was the 6th interception of the game. Lions offense with a 60-yard touchdown pass put the lead up to about 15. Another 60-yard touchdown pass in the fourth quarter would essentially put the game away, but the quarterback got into the action one last time as the Lions would hold on to win the game 39-6 here at Lumpkin Stadium back in 2001.
So some fun history to show all of our fans on SAGU.TV between these two ball clubs, as brings up now 3rd and 4 on that busted running play. Was that another timeout?
Looks like there was a timeout. Timeout on the field after the long injury break.
I heard a whistle, but then they just kind of walked away.
So we'll see who actually called the timeout on that one. Probably Haskell, I would imagine.
So Tim, how old were you when that footage happened? You would have been 10, 11 years old.
Yeah, okay, I'm the math one here. No, not you. So don't try to add that
Let's
one
figure
up.
this out. 2001.
I don't think you know when I was born.
It's 2012, 11 years ago. You're probably 22 now.
You really don't know anything. My goodness.
How old are you?
I was 12 years old.
Okay, I was off 1 year. Living in Latvia.
Yep, around that time I definitely was. But loving football all the same. I would have enjoyed that game. SAGU's defense, 6 interceptions. Like I said, that's a record that still holds to this day. They've been able to break that one, although that's a high mark to go against. They've been able to break that record over the last 11 years. So congratulations to the 2001 defense here on homecoming. You're still the best.
Hansey hands it off forward again to no gain, and his Lions are playing great interior defense today. Number 21 fired up on that play. That's Rocky Davis. First time we've called his name today, Tim.
Yeah, and that'll bring up another 4th down for the Indians as they find absolutely nothing there. And I would expect them to go for it again here, needing a spark, trailing 14-0. They've had some chances. They had the big 4th down conversion in their own territory. They had the interception. Both of those were quickly negated by the Lions defense. So we'll see here, 4th and 6 at the Lions 37.
Not a lot of punts today. I anticipate if the game keeps getting out of hand like this. So here we go. Pansy back to pass. He's got a man open the middle, complete near the 1st down marker, still on his feet. And he just might have that based on, again, forward progress from the time he initially caught the ball, Tim.
We'll see where they mark it.
Really close.
He was definitely close, but by the spot they're giving him, I don't think it's going to be enough.
It's like about a half a yard short, maybe 3/4 of a yard short. I see the offense coming out for the purple and gold. So turnover on fail to convert 4th down. We'll give the Lions the ball back with 10:08 left in the first half with a comfortable 14-0 lead.
Great coverage by the secondary there. The pass was caught, but they immediately wrapped him up. If he'd even had another half step to take, he would have been able to fall forward for that 1st down. So the Lions take over 1st and 10 on their own 32. Their defense doing excellently so far.
Winston with his candy stripes socks sets up behind goals, and he gets the call, and he's got all kinds of room. 1st down and more near midfield. Styles Winston bringing it today on homecoming Saturday.
Yeah, I just took that ball off tackle immediately, off to his right. And it was almost off to the races. If he was able to outrace one more man, he might have had a shot at the end zone. It's brought down. Quick 17-yard game. You see right there, good initial hole there. And just takes it up near midfield.
I liked how he tucked that ball in, dropped his head, prepared for the hit, and just dragged the defender another 3 or 4 yards down the field. Great play by Winston. So Golson now plenty of time and territory near midfield. He sets up in the shotgun as usual, and there's a call again to Winston. He goes around left tackle, beyond midfield, dragged down around the 49-yard line. Give him a gain of about 2 or 3 on that play.
And he was almost able to shed that tackler. He had a completely wrapped up, was able to shake off the tackler to where it was just his left arm he hung on to, but unable to fully escape it.
It's great to see a young freshman running back step up. You got Haynes as a senior. You've got Lushner, who is a junior. But hey, it's great to have that underclassman step up on a game like today, homecoming weekend. He remains in the game as Golson sets up 2 receivers right, single receiver set left. And it's Winston again with the call, and the flags have flown, and that will probably be a hold against the Southwestern Lions on that play.
19 times out of 20, when the flag's thrown right there, you can pretty much bet that's going to be holding.
It is going to be a hold against the Lions. That'll shift them back inside their own territory to bring up, I believe, 2nd and
17.
17 now.
The run is negated. SAGU fans getting to enjoy this one. Up 14-0 at the moment. Cheering their team on, hoping to make it 17 or 21-0. The Lions will have to gain some yards quickly, though, as the holding penalty does knock them back to their own 41. Will be 2nd and 17.
Trips left. 2 receivers set right. Golson's got no one in the backfield with him. He's going to take it himself. Spins free. Runs right. And pushed out of bounds. And, boy, shoved out of bounds after the play near the 48-yard line.
After a nifty spin move and a stiff arm, the Indians make him pay for that one.
Watch this.
Takes it pretty much a designed run, it almost seems. Takes a stiff arm, and he is thrown out of bounds. Wow.
Where's the flag on that play?
Luckily for the Indians, they did not get flagged on that. That will very often get called. It'll bring up a 3rd and 10.5, a long 10 for the Lions.
3rd down, 11.
Winston sets up in the eye behind Golson. Golson runs right. Could be an option. He's going to keep it himself, and he scrambles forward down to about the 44-yard line. He had Winston behind him. Looked like a potential option play, but he kept it himself, Tim.
Yeah, gets down to the 44, and that does not get the first down, but however, facing 4th and 2, that probably puts you in the territory that you're going to want to go for it here. Actually, it's just 4th and a long one, really. Right in between the 43 and 44-yard line, and the offense will stay on the field. Moving the ball very well now. No reason not to try it. Lushner in the backfield right next to Golson. And it's a direct snap to Lushner.
He's got it. He's free. First down easily down to the 36-yard line. And the Indians were put to the test because they're giving up, like we said, 280 yards on the ground. And SAGU's going to test that for a while until they can stop that. So you're going to see probably a lot of 4th and shorts going for it.
Yeah, and in that situation right there, when you've been able to gain 15 yards on 2 runs, no reason not to try it. It works great. The direct snap to Cade gets down to the 36-yard line. We tick below 8 minutes remaining in the first half. The Lions trying to capture a big lead.
Golson hands off again. He's got Lushner down to the 30-yard line.
Okay, Lushner on the run.
And the initial burst by that offensive line is essentially giving the Lions 5 yards every time. The Indians are finding no way to get through, get into the backfield and break up that play, and so it will be another 5 for the Lions. It's not flashy, it's not sports center material, but 5 yards every single play is a perfect recipe for a methodical, game-crushing success.
You don't need to even pass the ball if you're going to gain 5 yards of play.
Which is a huge gift for the Lions going into what is still a very strong wind.
And another run.
Winston this time.
Fumble.
Ball's loose, and the Indians have it. Oh, it's still loose, but the Indians will fall on it. A fumble by, I believe it was Styles Winston, trying to go up the middle, and the Indians stop. Well, again, another drive that the Lions are going to be able to score on. Indians just come in, and I believe it's number 56 right there for the Indians. That is
Bensetti. I'm saying his last name, right?
Brent Bensetti comes right in and just punches that ball out of Styles Winston's hands.
330-pounder from Steamboat, Arizona, able to track that one down, the freshman, and that gives the Indians a chance to hey, if they put this ball down the field and score, it's 14-7 before halftime.
The Indians' defense is keeping the Indians' offense in this game. They had the big interception. They have a big fumble recovery now.
His run up the middle, and that's an easy 8-yard gain by the Indians on that play.
And that's about the biggest individual game we've seen them have today.
Chris Dupree.
It's odd. We're still used to saying the exact opposite for the Lions. The Lions' defense is keeping the Lions in the game. It's that way for the Indians right now. They've been doing a good job of keeping this game manageable. Now the Indians' offense, they can respond, can trim this down to one score.
There's another handoff over the right side. That's going to lose perhaps a yard. Again, that's Will Wood on the call there. So the Indians marching near midfield, trying to put some points on the board before halftime as we approach near 6 minutes left till the beginning of halftime homecoming festivities here at Lumpkin Stadium in Waxahachie, Texas.
Got to stay tuned for that. Our very own Bianca Aracon is actually a senior princess at the moment, hoping for senior homecoming queen.
Hansey, he's going to keep it himself. Short pass to the right, pass complete. Near the first down marker. I believe he's going to get that first down. Depends where the spot is. He's right at the 42-yard line. So
yeah, Chris Dupree
that's a first down.
He was fighting the whole way from the spot. It looks like he will get it. He got the ball about 2 yards short and had to struggle the whole way to get it. Great struggle by Chris Dupree. And the chains will move as a rain starts pouring in. Downpour starts pouring in out of nowhere. As the crowd, the umbrellas come flying out, people start to take cover. It was not raining a second ago, and now it is just an absolute downpour.
Meanwhile, on the field, another pass complete. Ponzi's got that one out to Caleb Chafin, a senior from Lone Grove, Oklahoma. He's out of bounds. That'll bring up 2nd and 8 on the play as the Lions fans scatter for cover. But look, there's Judah. Judah hanging tough. He's not going anywhere. We've got the Lion of Judah hanging tough right there in the middle of the field, and now here back of the plays on the field, and it's a handoff over the right side to 23, Chris Dupree with little to no gain. That brings up 3rd down and 8.
Yep, and as you'll notice, we have gone to a one-camera set for the moment. We are obviously having to take cover with some of our cameras, so forgive us as we hang with our ground camera for the moment, as we'll try to bring you the game as best we can as this sudden downpour has suddenly drenched Lumpkin Stadium. Ball over the middle, and that is caught.
Complete first down, Indians.
Down to the Lions' 45. Moving quickly down the field after the forced fumble.
And the Indians now on the march, now into SAGU territory. Ponzi takes the snap, hands it off over the right side. The Lions able to pull him down after another 2-yard gain. And, you know, I kind of like what the Indians are doing right now. They're controlling this ball, controlling the offensive tempo, nothing dangerous, capitalizing on that turnover.
Yeah, and they're finally finding some ground to gain. They haven't had that so far, but it seems that this constant pushing is finally starting to pay off for them.
Ponzi, pump fake right, throws left, and his receiver fell to the ground, and that was nearly picked off as well by the freshman Shaquem Taylor.
And it looked like this freshly wet field might have definitely played a part in the receiver slipping down. Lions lead 14-0 on what has suddenly become a rain-soaked day here in Waxahachie, Texas.
Ponzi back to pass, all kinds of time, rolls left, still free, steps back, throws right, and that is batted to the ground by number 21 for the Lions. That's Rocky Davis again.
Almost had a chance at interception. There is a flag. Sometimes it's in the vicinity of defensive holding, so we'll see what that official call will be. That would definitely help the Indians.
And thank you again, viewers, for your patience as we have to protect our own cameras from the wind and the rain, so we'll be back up to full speed in just a few moments. But our cameraman on the field, Junior Bryant, doing an outstanding job providing you all the coverage. Flying solo now for a few minutes as we take care of business.
The call is a personal foul on the Lions, so they will – that is what it actually is. That was the initial ruling from the official. And we're still some debate happening, but I believe this will get marked off 15 yards.
Wow. It's not what you want to see after The Indians marching in the field is giving them an extra 15 yards as
Exactly.
they are now easily into Lions territory.
An extra 15 and a free first down to the 28-yard line. Indians trying to capitalize off of when it looked like the Lions were going to have a shot to maybe go up by 21. The Indians now down to the Lions' 28-yard line, 4:09 remaining.
So the Lions look to put a stop to this Indian drive as Indians hand off again. And there's a handful of Lions to bring down the rusher near the 25-yard line.
Chris Dupree and the Indians kind of duplicating the line success from a moment ago, just picking up 3 or 4 yards a play, and that's what you need to keep moving down the field as the clock ticks down below 4 minutes remaining in the first half. Indians threatening to get on the board for the first time.
Lions in that 4-3 defense. Here's the snap to Pansy, looks right, throws right, and it's intercepted by number 8. That's Brad Heathcock on the play.
What a pick by Brad Heathcock. And the Lions defense again steps up huge. After the turnover gave the Indians momentum and let them start driving down the field, the Lions defense with a big interception at the 20-yard line. Brad Heathcock just read what appeared to be an overthrown pass, takes it straight to the ground.
The leading tackler for the Lions with 32 adds an interception to his stat sheet and gives the Lions the ball back at about the 20-yard line, 1st and 10. Let's see if the Lions can put some more points on the board now, Tim.
Yeah, and the big thing is they get to keep that 2-score lead. Golson's trying to find some daylight, and he does.
He's still on his feet. He's got one man to beat.
He may go.
He might go.
The 40, the 30.
He's going to score. He's going to push it in. 10, 5, touchdown, Lions!
Reed Golson.
Are you kidding me?
80 yards. What a run by the quarterback. Unbelievable.
Looked like a busted play, Tim.
It really did look that way. Rushing all the way back. He is fired up, and rightfully so. Reed Golson goes 80 yards. Just fighting the whole way. What a run by the quarterback. And just like that, the Lions immediately capitalize off of Brad Heathcock's drive-stopping interception. And James Gish will line up, try to make this one a 21-0 game.
If you're the Indians, you had the ball driving inside the 30 with a few minutes left, an interception a play later. Now you're down 20, about to be 21 points. It could have been 14-7. So this is, I think, a key moment in this game early, although we're still in the first half. That could really hurt the Indians.
Really could, as James Gish puts it through just like that. Brad Heathcock gets the interception.
One play, 80 yards. It took him 19 seconds. Come on, speed it up, Golson. 19 seconds to score in that play, and an 80-yard run on a busted play. Reed Golson puts your Lions up 21-0.
Talk about putting your team on your back. We've seen him bust big runs before. That was unlike any, though. 80 yards. Hard to believe, really. It looked like he was caged in on multiple occasions, throwing stiff arms, though, staying alive.
He was almost shoved out of bounds there, and then he just kind of squirted free, and then he had about 3 down linemen to outrun. He easily ran past them, and around the 25-yard line, it was over.
And as you can see, we've been able to reestablish normal camera operation, so we thank you for bearing with us. Hope you enjoyed the action-packed play there. Great job by our camera operator, Junior Bryant, there on the sideline, hanging in tough. It's hard to be live for 5 minutes straight while the rest of the team's trying to set up. So the Lions will kick off now with a very impressive 21-0 lead. It seemed only moments ago like it might be trimmed down to 11 or even 7.
And the crowds return to their seats. There's energy, excitement over that great run by Golson. Now here's a short kick into the wind. Fielded at the 25, out to the 30, 35, still on his feet. Falls forward near the 40-yard line where the Haskell Indians will try to put some points on the board. And another flag, Tim.
And by the reaction from SAGU's sideline, I don't think they're going to like the way this is going. Their hands were in the air. Generally, on that kind of play, you're expecting a holding or a block in the back. We'll see what it is, because SAGU did not seem to be happy that the flag was thrown. But if you're Haskell, So there's a sideline warning given. No penalty will be assessed, just a sideline warning. Perhaps SAGU getting a bit too close as another gust of rain comes pouring into the stadium.
Well, these winds are quick too. That is a gale. The winds is pushing the rain sideways. So Lions fans, though, remain in their seats as they're excited to see homecoming festivities about to begin in just 3 minutes and 12 seconds of play in the football field. As
well, perhaps we have been informed that if there is rain, the homecoming festivities at halftime might have to be canceled. So it's a handoff, and this is a huge drive for the Indians. Suddenly find themselves down 21-0. They have got to find a way to get on the board before the half.
Brings up second now and 10.
Remember, the Lions,
yard line.
The Lions kicked off to start the game.
44-yard line, check that. And there's an incomplete pass attempt to number 22 for the Indians, Will Wood, in the vicinity.
Just like that, it's 3rd and 9.
SAGU could get the ball back. It's time to score again. Another busted play by Reed.
when you can run like that, it can happen on any given play.
You can just see the whole sideline just rejuvenate after Golson ran that in for the Lions. And here's a pass complete near midfield. Still on his feet, down to the 45.
He's still on his feet.
He's still going, 40, down to the 36-yard line. An outstanding play and run after catch by Ryan Harder.
Drake Stevens right there with the catch, fighting. It looked like he was brought down short of the first down initially. So able to fight for 7 or 8 more yards. And like you said, big drive for the Indians. You're trailing by 21. You've had chances, but you haven't been able to capitalize. Handoff here, rolling right, and he's not going to get anything. Lions defense looking to hold strong one more time with wind and rain blowing into their faces on what has become a very odd first half suddenly, with rain and an 80-yard run that you might not see again.
There's Hansey, screen pass complete at the 40, tripped up near the 37-yard line. I believe that's, is that Econom? That's Hitchcock again. Hitchcock, those are movies.
Good evening.
Heathcock. Good evening, I'm Brad.
So now it'll be only about a 1-yard gain, so a big 3rd and 9, under 2 minutes remaining. He said Haskell needing some points, needing something to smile about going into the half.
Even just 3 on the board would be a little bit of a moment of victory for the Lions.
Almost
for the
intercepted.
Indians. The Lions almost had that one picked off.
Dalton Snyder had hit him in his hands. I don't think he expected it to come to him that quickly. He's shaking his hands, has his hands on his hips. He knows. And if he had picked it off, there was nothing but green ahead of him. There's a penalty on the Indians, however, on the play. And it looks like the Lions are going to mark this off.
Yep.
Instead of taking the 4th and 9, they will push him back for the 3rd and 19. I suppose when you know your opponent is going for it on 4th and 9 anyways,
you might as well push him back.
You might as well push him back. And that way, if you hold them here, no, actually, now they are declining it. So the Indians marched off like they were getting penalized, but the ball will stay at the 36-yard line. And it will be 4th and 9.
If you're the Lions, you get a stop here, you get the ball, let's say near the 36-yard line, obviously. You could put this in again for at least a field goal.
But you want to be very careful with this strong wind and rain right now. You want to be very careful with what you do there.
Hansey in the shotgun. He's got 3 receivers left, but throws right. And Taylor in on that play.
Mohamed Mansouri, actually.
Mohamed Mansouri, number 22.
Gets a hand on that. Number 32 tips that one out of bounds. Lions defense forced another turnover on downs. They've held the Indians scoreless in the first half. They've had 2 huge turnovers. We always talk about points off turnovers. Right now, the turnover margins are even, 2-2. But the Lions have responded to from both their turnovers with immediate touchdowns for 14 points. So now the Lions, if it had been a punt, you'd probably seen less likely a chance of them trying to move down the field. But now with the ball in the 36, they have a chance. And Gish has the leg to possibly slice through this wind. And obviously, Golson has the legs to go 80 yards.
Absolutely.
So this offense looking for more.
Here's Golson again, going to take it himself. Looks like a similar play. He's still on his feet. And he's finally pulled down around the 46-yard line for a 9-yard gain. And again, we think it's a busted play. Maybe it's by design. They've got us fooled up here, Tim.
It's the old act like everything's going bad, then run play. It's working for the Lions somehow.
Clock's still running, 1:15 left. Golson, a short pass, and it's low in the ground, and his closest man was actually man in the whites, number 44 for the Indians. Almost came up with that. That's Nash Chamberlain, incomplete.
Looked like miscommunication between Golson and McDonald, or perhaps Golson just short-armed it, and that ball does not even get close to his receiver. Lions dodge what could have been an interception there. They're being up a 2nd and 10 with 1:12 remaining. Lions still hold one timeout in their back pocket.
We'll see if Golson needs to use it as he stays in the shotgun. Quick throw to the right, and again, maybe that ball is slipping out of his hands. That ball went straight to the ground twice in a row now.
They're trying a play I'm not used to seeing with the Lions. It's immediate snap, just a quick snap, quick throw, no steps back. And they've tried it twice in a row now. Both times, it doesn't look like the receiver, and that's in situation, it was Nick Morphew. Doesn't look like they really had the communication. The receiver wasn't able to get to the spot in time. So that's 2 balls thrown almost directly into the ground by Golson.
But I think that's true, but I think the velocity, or I should say the angle that the ball's going down, it looks like it's slipping off his hand. We don't know, but it is wet out there. So it could be the case why those last 2 incompletions happened for the Lions. So now we're 3rd and 10. Golson back to pass again. There's a man in the middle, and he dropped it, that one. That was right in the hand of Cade Lushner, unable to hold on to it. And not a good offensive series by the Lions. They'll be probably forced to punt now with the ball at midfield.
Yeah, Cade Lushner gets that one thrown right into his gut. Just can't hang on to it. Not sure if he would have been able to get the first down, but now the Lions will stay on the field. The offense is not leaving the field. This would be a risky call, 4th and 10 at their own 46. If you don't make it here, you give the Indians very good field position with about a minute left and two timeouts. But perhaps facing the daunting fear of kicking into that strong wind, Coach Godding is electing to go for it here on 4th and 10. And perhaps you can rely on your defense too. Maybe you can tell your defense, we trust you enough to hold this.
Here comes Golson. He's going to go deep. He's got a man open. It's Morphew. Incomplete. Good defense by the Indians, number 39, tracking down Morphew. That's Jeremy Bargy again.
Yep, he had the interception earlier. And
I think right about the kick. I think the kick would have been against the wind. It may have netted 12, 15 yards.
Yeah,
so
and, I mean, I suppose when you're looking at a wet ball, you're trying to snap it back, you can say, okay, we have a bigger chance of something going wrong on a punt into that much of a wind compared to perhaps converting on 4th and 10. And your defense has been lights out here in the first half. Absolutely lights out. So you say, it's a way to tell your defense, hey, we trust you. We're going to give you potentially a short field, and we're going to trust you to go ahead and stop them here, keep them off the board. So the defense will be tasked with trying to keep this a 21-0 game with just a minute left.
Here's Pansy. He's back to pass, throws right, and that could be picked off. Oh, it almost was.
Nicky Conham almost with his second, and then Brad Heathcock almost with his second. Neither of them either able to pull it down. And
let's stop the clock, so the Indians still have time to work. 52 seconds remaining in the first half. They find themselves down 21-0.
Like we said on the last drive, this would just be an excellent time for the Indians to find any sort of way to.
Ponte rolls right, throws off his back foot. That's incomplete, which brings up now 3rd and 10, and the Lions defense holding strong so far in this series with just a minute left to play in the first half.
And that's exactly what they need to do. They just don't want to allow any momentum. As much as the Indians need it, the Lions need to keep it from happening. So we'll bring up a 3rd and 10 at the 46. I would imagine, as usual, the Indians will be in 4-down territory.
Ponte sends 2 receivers right, 1 left. He's got 2 running backs. Steps back to pass, throws short, pass complete. Number 22 on the play, that is Will Wood, and he's wrapped up well short of the first down.
It's number 23, Chris Dupree, down to the 41.
Check that, Dupree.
And so to bring up a 4th and 5, the Indians will use their second timeout of the half, as it looks like Shaquem Taylor was going to the sideline, doubled over. He's crouched down by the sideline right now, perhaps got hit in the gut by a helmet. He is doubled over at the moment and being attended to by some trainers.
He's made an outstanding impact on this ball club, Tim, as a freshman, a cornerback, a freshman. We've called his name a lot this year, from Mesquite, Texas, Poteet High School. Making an impact for the Lions, and we'll hope he's okay.
Looked like he might just got the wind knocked out of him. Now the Indians will face a 4th and 5 at the 41-yard line.
And it looks like the rain, Tim, is going to pass over, so I think we're going to be able to have homecoming festivities as planned here at Lumpkin Stadium. So that's good to know that we'll have a great homecoming weekend for our alumni and family and friends who've come out here to enjoy this weekend. And again, you mentioned Bianca Alarcon, our own SAGU Sportsline reporter, one of the homecoming princesses. So
we're two years in a row now. Last year, Crystal Sonmower, who was our silent reporter at the time, was a senior princess. I was a junior prince when I was back here at school, actually.
Are you kidding me?
It's not a fact.
You cannot be serious.
I don't brag about that a whole lot for reasons that should be apparent. But yeah, I got to walk out on that field, and I think I got a 50% off a Big Mac coupon for it or something. It was definitely an experience of a lifetime. Wearing a sash, Miss America.
How can I call a game after that story? I gotta recollect myself here. All right, Ponzi tries to draw the lines offside. They don't. As Ponzi waits for a man to scuttle off the field.
And the Indians have to burn their 3rd timeout, as it looks like they had too many men on the field.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to draw us offside. So, although I guess they could. It was 4th and 5.
So now, if the Indians do convert here, actually, again, it's always hard to know. It's hard to trust scoreboards at a stadium. But the Indians are being credited with 1 timeout right now, and the Lions are shown to be out of timeouts. So whether that timeout a moment ago might have come from the Lions' hands, we don't know. For the moment, the Indians are being credited with 1 timeout. I don't think that's correct, but I could be wrong. So the Indians will still face a 4th and 5 here. In an odd sequence where it looked like the Indians were trying to draw the Lions off sides, that would have given them the fresh first down.
Absolutely. Haskell just trying to put anything on the board, any momentum going into halftime, down 21-0. Again, 3 points would be a moral victory if you're wearing the white today. So here we go again, 4th and 5, and obviously no punting unit at this point. So Haskell Lions will try to convert and keep this drive alive with under 40 seconds left in the field, in the halftime time clock. All right, now we're ready for play. As Ponzi sends 2 men left, 2 men right. He's got 1 running back to his right. He's going to throw, quick throw left, and he just out of the outstretched arms of Wood, and that will be a turnover on downs, Tim. The Lions will get the ball back at midfield. What do you do if you're the Lions? Do you take a knee and go into halftime, or do you try to march on the field again?
Well, that would depend on what's correct. My recollection of the scoreboard, the Lions are currently listed with 0 timeouts. If you have a timeout, I would say try something here. You're just about maybe a 20-yard pass play away from, probably need more than that, but somewhere in the vicinity of 20, 25 yards to at least have a shot at the end zone, maybe try a long field goal. The Lions will come out with 4 receivers spread right wide and no setback, so looks like they will try to accomplish moving down the field.
Here comes Golson again from the shotgun. Now that's a planned play. He's going to take it himself, and he's got 9, maybe 10 yards on the play. There was no scrambling there for his life. That was a set play, send all the receivers, take a step back like in a pass, and then run up the middle. Linebackers bit back on their back heels, and up goes Golson as the clock continues to run. 14 seconds left. Golson rolls right. He's going to throw right. He's got a receiver out of bounds. Bounces off the ground, though, incomplete.
They're calling that a catch.
Whoa.
That's a lucky call for Nick Morphew. That looked like Golson might have skipped the rock into the hand
that
there.
Hit the ground easily, but the refs didn't see that, I guess. So
So the ball bounces
5
into...
seconds left. The clock is running. Golson needs to get a snap off in a hurry.
And he won't.
And he's not going to do that. I don't think he realized that the clock was running again.
I think he thought his receiver was able to get out of bounds.
Well, it was caught in bounds, so once they move the chains, the clock starts again, and Golson maybe forgot that. So that brings halftime to a close.
Yeah, that'll be the end of the half. Lions unable to accomplish anything else, but they do hold strong right now, leading 21-0. We'll be right back with halftime coverage of the homecoming court here on SAGU Sports Live.
Welcome back to the halftime show here on SAGU Sports TV. I'm joined now on the field with Mark Ward, who has Shaquem Taylor. Mark, go ahead.
We are so excited. Well, here we are at halftime. The Lions winning 21-0 on a blustery day. Can't make up its mind whether it wants to rain or to blow, and it's howling pretty strong. The defense, though, is coming out with some might of their own. Nicky Conham, senior cornerback. The team's up 21-0. You've held the Indians to less than 100 yards in the first half. How are you feeling about that?
I'm feeling really great. We actually picked it up the second half. Coach told us this is the second half of the season, so we got to pick it up. Everybody's hustling to the ball, and we're just out there fighting, giving it our all.
The secondary has already been picked on several times. Brad Heathcock comes away with an interception. You got one by the sideline, almost a second one, but you've now got 5 interceptions this season. Why are they picking on you?
I'm not sure, but I give all the glory to my coach, Coach Marshall. New coach came in. He's really been hard on us at practice. That's the reason why we're out here picking the ball off. I owe it all to him.
We've got a second half coming up. They're still within striking distance. What do you look to see in the second half?
A lot more going up top. I think they're going to try us up top deep. They haven't really went deep yet. They've been hitting us with hitches, but I believe they're going to go up top next half.
Well, the wind is playing a factor, obviously, in some of the short passes. What's the story with the green shoes down here? That's my real question.
The green shoes actually go into play with my brother. He actually told me it's my senior year. I want to go out there and just make a statement, look different. So I decided to go lime green so I can stand out, I guess.
Well, you sure are standing out on a day when everybody's wearing pink. Hey, good luck the second half, Nick. Thanks a lot. Senior cornerback, Nicky Conham. We're going to send it back up to the guys in the press box. Thank you. Thanks, man.
Thank you, Mark. And that's actually Nicky Conham, not Shaquem Taylor. We're going to go down to the homecoming court festivities on the field right now.
After graduating, Jonathan plans to either be a ministry leader or go abroad for intercultural work. Jonathan is escorting Jessica Price, our sophomore princess. Jessica is from Midlothian, Texas, and is studying business and theater. Jessica has been involved in Dramatic Pause, Southwestern Live, sideline reporter shadowing for SAGU Sports Media, living in Collins, and the Student Congress Activities Board. Jessica's favorite things include her cat, chocolate, and the color brown. If she had any superpower, she would want to be able to cut things with her eyes so that she would never have to touch scissors or knives again. After graduation, Jessica plans to travel around performing and encouraging young girls to live in purity. A history major from Laredo, Texas, Joe Alex Garza is this year's junior prince. Joe Alex serves as president of Student Congress and has also been a part of Men of Integrity, the History Society, and the Board of Representatives. Some of Joe Alex's favorite things are chess, traveling, and books. If he could have any superpower, Joe Alex would want to travel by teleportation to save money on gas. If he could relate his life to any 90s pop song, it would be I Believe I Can Fly. After graduating, Joe Alex plans on doing whatever God has for him. Escorted by Joe Alex is Ruby Trevino, our junior class princess from Arlington, Texas. Ruby is studying counseling and psychology. She has also been involved with Mission's 10th trip to Africa. Ruby's favorite Disney princess is Sleeping Beauty because of her pink dress, ability to look gorgeous while sleeping. Ruby's sister has impacted her the most because she is very driven toward fighting for what is right and inspires her to chase after her dreams. If Ruby could have any superpower, she would want to be invisible so she can play pranks on her friends and get away with it. After graduation, Ruby plans to marry a doctor so she won't have to work and can shop all day, every day. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we will present the senior nominees for Homecoming County Queen. Our first senior prince is Joshua Coe. A Haskell Ministries major with a minor in business from Aiea, Hawaii, Joshua has been involved in street home, leading a missions team to Bangladesh, being vice president of World Outreach, Mr. Southwestern, and a missions trip to China. A few of Joshua's favorite things include his guitar, traveling, and talking. One of Joshua's most memorable college experiences was hog tying and hanging with his roommate from Gwines. After graduation, Joshua plans to go back home, work, and pursue higher education. All the way from Elgin, Illinois, our first senior prince is Bianca Alacon. Bianca is studying digital media arts. She was a cheerleader during her first 2 years here, and has also worked for Career Services and SAGU Sports Live as a sideline reporter. Her mother has had the biggest impact on Bianca's life because she taught her what it means to give selflessly. Her most memorable college experience was when 2 years ago, all of Waxahachie closed down for 3 inches of snow on the ground. After graduation, Bianca plans to move back home to Chicago to pursue a career in the television industry. And should God open the door, to go to grad school at Columbia or Regent University. Wilm Young Yan. An international cultural studies major from Lake Stevens, Washington, is our next senior prince. Wilm has been involved in engaged missions in Guadalajara, leading a missions trip to Bulgaria, and being the head RA in Seville. Wilm's favorite things include cooking, traveling, discipleship, sports, laughter, encouraging, and helping people chase after the dreams God has given them. His favorite Disney character is Simba, because how can you not love a guy who was predestined for greatness, but had to discover it the hard way? After graduation, Wilm plans to do grad work here at SAGU and find work in ministry to continue training and preparation for heading to overseas to do missions work. Hannah Snow is our next senior princess. Escorted by Wilm, Hannah is from Amarillo, Texas, and is majoring in elementary education. Hannah is currently president of Kappa Delta Pi, a children's ministry leader, and does volunteer peer tutoring. Hannah's most memorable college experience has been working for Miss Otwell because she is daily blessed by her profound wisdom every day. Hannah loves Doctor Who, the etymology of words, and anything that sparkles or has rhinestones. After graduation, Hannah plans to be a super teacher, then become a super mom, then become a super professor, and ultimately super grandma, all while going on multiple book tours for the New York Times bestseller that she is destined to write. Our next senior prince is Brett Aaron Maxey. Aaron is a church ministries major from Sherwood, Arkansas. Aaron's favorite things include frisbee, hanging out with friends and sports. His most memorable college experience was the school-wide snowball fight his freshman year. Aaron has been involved with Activities Board for Student Congress for a year, being an RA for 2 years and head RA for a year. If Aaron could have any superpower, he would want invisibility. After graduation, Aaron plans to immediately get a job and be involved in ministry, and in the long term become a pastor and go to grad school. Escorted by Aaron is Meredith Bagby. A theater major from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, Meredith has been involved in the plays put on by the theater department, Southwestern Live, and Mission 10. Her most memorable college experience was leading a missions trip to Africa. 3 of Meredith's favorite things include peanut butter with wheat thins, Once Upon a Time, and socializing. If she could have any superpower, she would definitely pick teleportation. Her family has had the greatest impact on her life, and after graduation, Meredith wants to end up overseas using drama as a way to communicate the gospel. Our final senior prince is Chris Big Daddy Buford. Chris is a theological studies major from Benton, Louisiana, who enjoys double-stuffed Oreos, hunting, and a relaxing day on the lake. During his time at Southwestern, Chris has been involved as a street hope leader, SMA Vice President of Local Outreach, and SMA President. Chris's favorite Disney character is Pumbaa from The Lion King, because he is always right even when he is told he is wrong, and because he's just funny. His most memorable college experience has been Battle of the Dorms. Chris does not have any certain plans yet after graduating. Escorted by Chris is our final senior princess, Mary Young from Vietnam. Mary's most memorable college experience was sleeping through a fire drill because of heavy jet lag after traveling from home to college. Since being at Southwestern, Mary has been involved in the SMA as a member of Frontline Ministries and as the treasurer for 1 year. When asked what 90s pop song her life relates to, she responded, "I have never listened to 90s music." Mary enjoys traveling, laughing, and making friends. Mary's father has always been the biggest influence on her life because he leads by example and challenges her to fly higher than she thinks she can. After graduating, Mary plans to go back to Vietnam for 6 months and then start graduate school. Let's give one last large round of applause for this year's homecoming royalty. In just a moment, Devin Ferguson from the Alumni Association will be presenting a $1,000 scholarship to the 2 outstanding individuals announced as King and Queen. Presenting the crowns are last year's homecoming king, Benjamin Liu, and last year's homecoming queen, Abigail Snow. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the 2012 homecoming king is Christopher Big Daddy Buford. And ladies and gentlemen, the 2012 homecoming queen is Mary Young. Congratulations, King Chris and Queen Mary and the entire 2012 homecoming court.
For winning. Very proud of you. Now, Mary, can you tell me, what is your first reaction to winning?
Oh, I don't know. I just think that I'm reliving my childhood of like princess and prince. Yeah.
That's great. Chris?
I just want to say thank you to everybody who voted for me. It's really a great privilege and honor.
Awesome. Now, can you tell me, how are you going to celebrate?
Maybe we will go and eat some Vietnamese food.
Any good places around here?
Maybe in Arlington, I would think. Yeah.
Awesome. How about you, Chris?
Well, after I finish my homework for today, probably just go out and have a good time with the friends.
Awesome. Sounds great. Thanks for being here. Thanks for allowing us to use you to represent our school. We know that y'all are going to do a great job through the rest of this year. And as alumni.
Back to commercial first.
Good job. Congratulations.
Thank you, Brent, very much. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break with a very special interview with someone you can't wait to find out. Stay with us here at SAGU Sports Live. Well, last year at this time, she was a homecoming princess and one of our very own SAGU Sports reporters. Today, she's landed a job at a TV station in the Rocky Mountains. I'm talking about 2012 graduate Crystal Sonmore, and she joins us now at our halftime festivities from Grand Junction, Colorado. So, Crystal, how are things going out there on the western slope out your way?
Well, it's been a lot of fun. Of course, anytime you go somewhere new, you never know what to expect. But I think this job is pretty much the best thing I could have asked for out of college. Plus, who doesn't love Colorado? As much as I love Texas, it's nice actually having those 4 seasons. And now that it's October, I'm going to look forward to snow and getting on those slopes pretty soon.
That sounds fun. Tell us how you landed the job out there at NBC Channel 11 in Colorado.
Well, I interned here last summer doing news and sports. And then the time came to apply for a job, but of course there was no position open as a sports anchor, in this case weekend sports anchor, so I did just reporting, and then my news director did the interview, and then a week later I was just like, okay, you know, praying about it, what could happen. He called me and he said, hey, I don't know if you're interested, but a job as a weekend sports anchor opened up, and I was like, yes, I'll take it, if of course you want me to. And so he did a sports interview, and it went well, and he was like, I'll let you know in 2 weeks. And it was literally the day of my graduation that he called me, 3 hours before, all my family in town, and he was like, how'd graduation go? And I said, I haven't graduated yet. So I'm like, please don't tell me bad news on my graduation day. And he said, well, we'd like to offer you the position. And I calmly said, thank you. And I went on, and here I am.
That is awesome. We're so proud of you. So day to day, what are your responsibilities at that affiliate out there in Grand Junction?
Pretty much everything. It's kind of a one-man band type gig. Monday and Thursdays I do news reporting, but the main thing is Friday through Sundays I do sports. So Friday nights we always have a weekly sports segment. So during the summer it was covering our minor league baseball team that we just got this year, so it was really exciting. And then now we are into the Blitz, which is a weekly football high school show where I literally go out an hour or more to cover 2-3 football games, come back with 30 minutes before the show, edit, write the script, put the highlights together, and then we get on the set and do those highlights. And then on the weekend, it's same thing, but it's just me on sports. I'm doing those stories, looking for them, covering the high school stuff, coming back, editing, writing the script, and then getting on set, taking a deep breath, and reporting.
Sounds like we trained you well out there. That is awesome, Crystal. Thanks. Well, here, as you know, in Waxahachie, it's homecoming weekend. That means it's all about our alumni, of which you are now a member of. Tell us about your time at SAGU and how this school prepared you for that future you're in right now.
Well, coming to SAGU, they didn't have a reporting program or broadcasting in that sense, so I did digital media, which I'm very thankful. In the end, I learned all of the filming, behind-the-scenes stuff, how to write scripts, even though it was more film-oriented rather than on-camera stuff. And then what was, I think, most crucial was the SAGU Sports Live stuff. I was really the only one who wanted to do broadcasting or reporting, so I was the go-to sports girl on the field, doing those interviews with the coaches, the players, and then the pre-recorded ones, the player spotlight. And so I did that for 2 years and put that on my reel, and so I think without that, I really wouldn't be here.
Crystal, on behalf of all of us here in the crew, the cast here, we're so thankful that you're doing well. We're proud of you. Keep in touch with us out there in Grand Junction. God bless you. You're a great asset to our program. We'll be back right after this quick commercial break with some more halftime festivities here at SAGU Sports Live.